About 28 degrees, if that thing is accurate. So I hear tell that it's a little cold in some folks' shops as they're making their videos. So I thought I would make a little video to kind of address this little difficulty that some of us are facing. So I've always been kind of frugal as far as trying to come up with solutions to things. And the garage is no exception, especially as I've gotten more and more of these machines. Over the years, I've learned, as many ways to keep warm as I possibly could, especially from being in the construction industry, working outside in cold winters, that sort of thing. But there are definitely plenty of challenges with running machines like this in the middle of winter, especially when you consider just measuring the temperature of the cast iron at a whopping 24 degrees. So there again, if this is accurate, my thermometer is accurate, the cast iron, all this metal, is even colder than the air temperature in the shop. So when you've got countless tons of cast iron radiating all this cold air in here, plus concrete radiating cold air, it's kind of hard to combat that. So one of the things I do, obviously I've got a unit heater in here. I don't have it running at the moment because I only plan to be at this for a few minutes, but one of the other things I do for days when it gets really cold is that little propane thing. And I'll just move that around the garage as needed, get it as close as I need to help keep me warm. But one of the things that really seems to help me a tremendous amount is trying to keep my poor feet and my hands warm. So I imagine you guys have probably seen me use this thing before. Just a heavy duty heat gun. I use it to actually warm up my boots or shoes to keep my feet warm. And believe me, it helps immensely. In fact, it's so cold out here, just holding this in my bare hands is getting my hands nice and cold right off the bat. But that's one of my little tricks. The other thing I've done in the past is cordon off an area around something that I'm going to work on just with a sheet of plastic, and then run a small little electric heater inside that little area to help, just break the chill. Anything helps. The more the merrier, obviously, but even the days when I was working on cars or working on a lawnmower out in the garage, just something as simple as taking the wrench and warming it up before I get ready to use it, again, helps tremendously. I would, take that, I would hold it in front of here and just kind of, in front of the little propane thing, and just use it like a little rotisserie. One other thing you might consider doing is, let's make sure it's in focus here. All the hand wheels on these machines. If you know you're going to be spending a lot of time running a particular axis on your mill or particular axis on your lathe, it might help you to, there again, take a heat gun. Oh, I go. And just warm your handle up. On top of that, from time to time, I'll use, instead of using the, nitrile type gloves, that people frequently use, I'll wind up using jersey gloves, simply because it insulates, real well on this stuff as opposed to these nitrile gloves. And that kind of brings me to the final point that I want to make about the subject is a safety issue. So if you've got this loose, baggy clothing on, you kind of got to protect yourself from these high horsepower machines getting a sleeve caught, or the strings for your hoodie caught and sucking you into it. I mean, there are fellows out there that have machines that can kill you real quick. So that's something to really pay attention to. One of the things as an electrician I was always taught is pay attention to your body position. Case in point, if I were doing a project on the Hindi and I knew I had baggy clothing on of some kind, I tend to try and be really aware of where my clothing is hanging. So like I try to pay attention not to reach over the machine like this. I would actually, I've got it mentally in my head to actually sidestep, the rotating mechanism to reach back here to the on-off switch, or if need be, sidestep this way, to reach around the back of the machine to get to something, things like that. Those are the sorts of things we have to think about with this. Another thing a person might do with loose, baggy clothing is tape up the sleeves with some electrical tape, some duct tape, whatever you have, or some sort of this Velcro strapping type stuff. I use some of this stuff to secure batteries and some of the battery tools that I've, cobbled together over the years. But anyways, that's just a couple little tips that might help keep a few of us a little warmer over the winter. I know I haven't been spending a whole lot of time out in the garage specifically for that reason. So anyways, hopefully that'll help somebody. I will let you go, and hopefully I'll have something interesting in a few days if I can brave the cold again. So till then.